நம்ம இந்த பர்டிகுலர் கிளாஸ்ல 8 days செஷன் இருக்கு. இந்த 8 days செஷன்ல நம்ம எதை பத்தி பார்க்க போறோம் அப்படின்னு பாத்தீங்கன்னா, யூனோ நம்ம ஒரு ஐஏசி டூல், அதாவது இன்ஃப்ராஸ்ட்ரக்சர் ஆஸ் அ கோட், இதை பத்தி தான் பார்க்க போறோம். அப்ப இந்த கேட்டகரியில என்ன டூல் பத்தி பார்க்க போறோம்னா டெராஃபார்ம். ஓகே, could you teach in English? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So Nandini, are you comfortable with English?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So your name, number, Yodi.
Yeah, my name is Nabajyoti Modak.
Nambajoti Modak. Okay.
So I am okay with Tamil, but it will be good if you teach in English because some things I don't understand in Tamil. That's the problem.
Okay. Nambajoti. Yeah. So what's the thing is like I didn't get any information like.
Okay, no issue.
Yeah,
So I'm an old student of Greens only. So just to advance in, that's why I just joined this course.
Yeah, okay. Not an issue. So we continue in English.
Okay.
Yeah. Today we're gonna see about Terraform. Yeah. So for this class, I'm having some slides, so which I prepared earlier. Yeah. So today, day 1, we're gonna see what is an IAC, and so what is actually Terraform and how it works and why we are using Terraform. Okay. Then we're gonna see about the architecture and then some of the advantages and then how to install Terraform. So we're gonna see the installation of Terraform both in Windows as well as Linux. Okay. And then we'll be starting with some like we will be seeing some settings blocks of the Terraform. So what idea you will get at the end of the session is, so you will get a complete idea about Terraform, and also you can do the certification. Like you can write examination for certified associate examination, you can write. Okay, this is the outcome of this course, and like at the end of the course you will be doing on project regarding Terraform. Okay, these are the things which you're gonna learn in this particular 8-day session. Yeah. Okay, so let's start. Okay, so what we're gonna talk about today. Okay. So first thing what we're gonna see is infrastructure as code, and then the next step how it works, and then why. So let's see about infrastructure as a code. So what do you mean by infrastructure as a code? So what's your understanding over this?
Actually, we have heard about infrastructure as a code in cloud.
Okay.
So under that, so we used to have server kind of things, network, storage, and virtualization kind of things, and the infrastructure we used to have.
Okay.
So not sure about infrastructure as code.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Nabajyoti, yourself.
Yeah, so it's like by creating the infrastructure by writing some code or some stack.
Yeah, right. Yeah, right.
We get in the cloud formations in the AWS.
So we'll be writing up code. Okay. Then on executing those codes, you'll be having the real infrastructure. It may be a on-premise one or it may be a cloud. Okay. So we can write up the code. Like either we can use Python, we can use YAML, we can use JSON, or we can use Terraform. Okay. So those are the code. So we'll be writing up the code for creating the infrastructure. When executing those codes, the real infra will be created. Okay. Yeah. So now the next thing, why Terraform? Okay. So for that, we need to understand how the traditional way of, so how we create the environments in traditional way. So there will be a admin, like if you take that CI/CD process, so for CI process there will be one admin, and then for CD process there will be another admin. Okay, so each of the admin is responsible for creating one particular environment. Okay, so say for example, this admin is creating a dev and QA. Okay, two environment he is responsible. Okay, then this admin 2 is creating staging, production, disaster recovery. Okay, in each of the environment, we'll be having a DB, VPC. Under the VPC, we may have several resources like subnet, route table, internet gateway, NAT, like that. Okay, and then we also having our servers, and then S3. So many resources will be created for this one particular environment. Okay, so for completing this particular environment in the console, so how I'm creating this environment is by accessing the console, AWS console or Azure console or GCP. Okay, it takes 5 days for me to complete all the process and all the resources for integrating and creation. Okay, the same way for QA also it takes 5 days. For staging, 5 days. So for setting up one particular project, okay, so we take like around 25 days. Okay, this is a huge time, right? This is a huge time for creating the infrastructure itself. Okay, so how Terraform helps for this? Okay, so this is also another problem. Okay, so from the admin 1 to admin 2, there need to be a clear documentation. Why? Because so the dev if you are creating the dev amount, the same way only the staging will also be created. Okay, so a clear documentation should be maintained or managed. Okay, so for creating the mirror environment also, like same like this particular environment, we need a mirror environment like this. Okay, so again we need to access the console, we need to follow the documentation, everything need to be done manually. This is the traditional way how we create the infrastructure. Okay, this take a huge time. This one takes 25 days, means this will also take another 25 days. So likewise, time is very much consumed here. Okay, time and resource, both the things are very much consumed in the traditional way of creating this particular architecture. Okay, now coming to an IAC tool. So now we take Terraform over here. So what we do is, particularly we will be writing a code. Okay, we'll be writing a effective code, a good working code, 100% good working code. Okay, so we'll be writing a template code, right? So which will take around 5 days, you can say, which will take around 5 days, you can say. So this admin is pushing that code to the GitHub. From the GitHub, we'll be having our Terraform cloud. From there, we can create and manage all the environments by using Terraform cloud. So you will be creating an environment called as dev. So you will be managing all the resources which were created in the dev in the Terraform cloud. Understood? The same way, you will be creating all the resources under the QA. So you'll be managing all the resources in the centralized space called as Terraform cloud. So what advantage here is, you'll be writing the code only once. Okay, so you'll be reusing the same code across all the environments, right? Across all the environments, you'll be reusing the same code again and again. Then another advantage Terraform offers is, after creating the resource in each of the environment, separately each of the environment can be managed. Okay, managed by the Terraform cloud. This is one of the advantages. So we are not only creating the infrastructure, we are also managing the infrastructure by the centralized dashboard. We can say that is the Terraform cloud. Okay, clear? This one is clear. This is the advantage of Terraform. We can say this one is clear, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. So now you can able to see. So I'm only once writing the clear working code, so which takes me around 5 days. After that, I'm completely automating the process. Okay. So only thing what I'll do is I'll be changing the configuration based on the environment. That's all. Okay. Yeah. So what is the advantage over here? It's one-time work. We can reuse the same template across different environment. It's quick and fast. It's very much reliable. Okay. So instead of like manually going and creating inside the console, it's a reliable and it's a faster manner. Okay. We can create the resource in a faster manner. Okay, so we can also track for audit. So how we will be tracking the resource by this dashboard, Terraform Cloud dashboard. We can track and audit. Okay, so all the things are automated. So we can also do the scale up and scale down activity when it demand, right? Yeah. So the four factors. Okay, the four factors which is driving us to IAC code. Why? Because the Terraform is becoming more popular. Okay, in the industry, it's becoming a very demanding knowledge. Okay, it's becoming like so what to say, like in the next 5 years, the Terraform will be somewhat bigger than what we think. Okay, why? Because we are going towards a hybrid cloud. So we'll be creating the resource all in different cloud providers. We'll be creating and managing the resources. So for that, Terraform will be very important thing. Okay, yeah. So then, what is the advantage? Visibility. IAC serves as a very clear reference of what resource we create. Okay, and what are the settings? Settings is nothing but the configuration of the resources. So you may think while creating in the console, okay, you'll be having the like console pages. So on clicking one pages, it will be redirected to the another pages. So eventually the previous the configuration what we given, sometimes we may not remember. So at that time we may do some error, right? So but in the Terraform, everything will be coded and every other configuration will be displayed in a one single code or page. So we can easily remember those things. So it offers the better visibility instead of web console. Okay. So anytime we can go and check our configuration in the code. So if some modification need to be done means we can do that in the code itself, code level itself. And then scalability. So accidentally, if you're changing any settings, okay, so we can modify that thing. So how we gonna modify those things? We'll be having the code. This is code. We can have the code in Git, right? So there we can save the different version of the same code. Okay, if my version 2 is having some bugs or it's not working properly, I can roll back to my previous version, which is version 1, right? That is what we called as a scalability. It is achieved through Git. So what is Git, guys?
Then
Source
a source code repository,
It's a source
version
code
controlling
repository.
system.
Yeah. So where our developer will be collaboratively working. Okay, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then other thing, scalability. Okay, the scalability we have seen earlier itself, right? So the same
Yeah.
code can be reused many times. Okay, so why we are seeing this thing in detail is, so it's because, so now we are going to study Terraform in the certification point of view also, not only the creating our infrastructure. So we gonna study Terraform in the certification point of view. So I'll be sharing this particular PPT with you. Okay. So from the day one itself, you start preparing for the examination, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, guys.
Mm.
Then security. So we having a unified template, one good working template, so which will be used across the different environments. So which implements the better security. Why? Because like for we are not changing the same the code for every environment. We are not changing. We are maintaining the same code. If some issue is happening with the template, we'll be changing a template. The changes will be implemented across all the environment. Okay, so we are maintaining the uniformity across all the environment, so which helps us to, okay, maintain a better infrastructure over our environment, right? Then audit. So using Terraform cloud, we'll be having the state file, so we'll be managing the state file remotely in the Terraform cloud, as well as, so that we can manage the resources, we can do the audit, how many servers are running in the dev environment, how many servers which are running in the test environment. Those things we can get a complete information. Okay, so which one will be providing the information means the state files will be providing the information. Okay, and then some of the advantages of IAC, right? It's a code, so you can work it on just like an application, right? It's code only. So we'll be writing the code for creating infrastructure. And then the versioning, then it's easy to integrate with the CA setup. So it's code actually. So we'll be keeping this code in the Git. So from the Git, we can push it to the Jenkins. Okay. So there in the Jenkins, we can write a job configuration. Okay. While running the job, automatically the infrastructure can be created. So we can easily integrate this Terraform with the CI setup. Okay. That that's the one advantage. And it is a completely automated process. Okay. And we can also recover our infrastructure. Okay. Right. Then no need to repair, just redeploy. These are the some of the advantages of IAC. Now benefits. Benefits of IAC. It's auditable, repeatable, dependable. So what are these terms? Auditable, repeatable, dependable. Auditable means we can handle our resource in a better manner. Repeatable means we can use the same resource across the different environment, or we can create a mirror infrastructure. Okay. Then dependable. Dependable means you can't audit and repeat the action that you build in a infrastructure. You can't depend on your infra. So instead of depending on infrastructure, we'll be more in depend on the code. So we'll be focusing on the code. We'll be creating the better code for maintaining a better infrastructure. So not in the console. Okay. This is the advantage or benefit of IAC tool. Other thing, what is Terraform? Now only we're gonna see about Terraform. Terraform is a open source infrastructure as a code tool that provides a consistent CLI that manages hundreds of cloud service. Okay, Terraform codifies a cloud APIs into declarative configuration files. These things we will be seeing in the class. Okay, how the Terraform is generating API and how that particular API is creating the resource in cloud, any cloud you can say. Okay, those things I will be giving you a clear explanation.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the trend, how the Terraform is going. Okay, this is an interest over the time, you can say. Like this shows like from 2017 to 2021, the trend curve is like it's increasing, and this trend curve is like for the past 1 year.
Okay.
Okay, then Terraform installation. we'll be seeing. So you have already seen Terraform. Have you installed Terraform?
No, no, sir.
No. Okay. So you are not yet used Terraform, Nandini.
Yeah, yeah, sir. I haven't used Terraform.
You haven't used. Okay, cool. Not an issue. You now, now, Ojot,
Yeah, I used.
uh-huh. How you have installed Terraform, Navjot?
I installed both in Linux as well as in my personal laptop also. So
Okay.
by just downloading the binary files and also by writing the codes in the Linux.
Yeah.
Both,
Okay.
right,
Okay.
right.
So today also we gonna see how to install Terraform in Linux, and then in uh, in my personal laptop, which is Windows. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Nandini.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Nandini. Uh, uh, do 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 you have a AWS account with you?
Yes, sir.
So you know to create the servers, right?
Yeah, yeah. EC2 instance I know to create.
EC2 instance you have created.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, Anthony. So now Terraform installation. So we have an official site. Okay. Before that, we see more on Terraform. Okay. Terraform comes under the category of Terraform comes under the category of continuous automation. Automation. Okay. In the category, we are having two tools. One is Terraform, and the other one is Ansible. Okay. Digital periodic table of DevOps tools. Okay. So here you can see in the continuous automation category here, sorry, configuration automation category. We are having Terraform as well as our Ansible. Okay. So what is the main difference between Terraform and Ansible? We'll be seeing that. Okay. Terraform configuration automation. Okay. Configuration automation. Terraform is like a civil engineer who will be creating a real infrastructure, right? Real infra. Real infra means he will be building the house.
Okay.
Yeah. Then who is the Ansible? Ansible is a interior designer. So aesthetically, you will be designing all the elements inside the house. So where the coach need to be there, where the like that thing what we called as TV unit need to be placed, and how the ceiling need to be designed, and where to place all the essential things like sofa and everything. That will be decided by the Ansible, which we call as an interior designer, right? So what does Ansible do is, so in our organization we are having 100 servers. Take case like 100 servers we are having. In that 30 servers, I need Apache, okay, and then 30 servers, I need Java, okay. Those kind of things I can do with Ansible. So this 100 servers will be created by Terraform and managed by the Terraform. Clear? This is the difference between these two tools.
Okay, clear, sir.
Yeah. Then Terraform. Since it is a coding language, right? This is a coding language. So what code we gonna use for Terraform is HCL. We say HCL means HashiCorp Configuration Language. HashiCorp is a company who invented Terraform. So they have named the programming language in their own name itself. Okay. So which we call as HCL language. Okay. So now we'll be installing Terraform. So we have an official HashiCorp website for installing Terraform. HashiCorp official website. So Terraform installation. Install Terraform. Okay, here. So after coming to this page, Terraform install tutorials. Click here, install. So you may able to see several platforms here like Mac, Windows, Linux, FreeBDS, OpenDS, Solaris. Okay, for some people, this option may come as a drop-down menu like this, like that. It will be like an arrow mark over here. So if you are pressing that button, it will be a drop-down menu. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So here, first we gonna see the installation in Linux, which is Amazon Linux. So I click Linux here. After Ubuntu, CentOS, Fedora, Amazon Linux. So what is our flavor? Amazon Linux. So this is my installation commands. I'm copying this particular command. So step 1, code for installation. So I have taken the code for installation from the official website. Okay, this is my step 1. And then step 2, of creating a client machine. Okay, client machine. So which is now what we gonna create is a Linux. Okay, so we can have a client machine as our own PC, as well as we can create a server in a cloud. Both the things we can do. So now we're gonna see about a Linux. Okay. C2. Okay. Reload.
Sorry, in intern perspective, do we need to remember or memorize the steps which you copied from the official portal? Like
No,
sudo
it's not
install?
necessary. It's not necessary. So we need to remember the version of Terraform, what we are using.
Okay.
Okay. So it's like it's available there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The code example is also available
Okay. Okay.
in the official website. So don't need to remember all these codes and all. So why? Because it will be continuously changing, and in the real time also we'll be having the all like already we are having the configuration. Those configuration we can copy and use in
Okay.
our
Yeah.
project.
Yes.
Okay. So no need to like only the logic we need to know.
Okay.
So for
Yeah.
exam purpose, we have any kind of demo exam things and all where you can practice?
So I have one documentation, like it consists of like 250 questions. Okay.
Okay, okay,
At the end of this session, I'll be providing that document to you, and also this PPT, this
Okay.
okay, okay,
complete PDF I will be providing. This PDF itself, it's around like 150 pages. Okay.
okay, okay.
Yeah. So I'll be providing these materials with you.
Okay. So it will be easy, right?
Yeah, it's easy only. The Terraform certificate, like it's like around 4,000 rupees, I think.
Okay, so it is like
$70.
okay, it is from the HashiCrop website only. We have to
Yeah, it's from
register.
Ashika. Yeah, it's a proctored exam, online proctored exam.
Okay, okay. Yeah.
So how to enroll for that examination, sir?
So I'll tell that in the end of the class. I'll show you
Okay.
the documentation. Okay. Terraform. Some plans. Mason Linux. Then I come down. Keep key. Giving this key. I'm taking my existing key pair here. And the security, only 22 is enough here. Even though I'm taking my own security group. So instead of again and again creating a new security group, I'm taking my own security group here. And then 8 GP, and then launch instance. Hello? Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have any doubts like regarding the explanation or regarding this one? Do you have any doubts like in the PPT?
No, sir. All good.
All good. You, now, Navajot.
Yeah, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
I'm spelling your name right.
You
Navajot.
can call me Nava only. That's it.
Nava. Yeah. So it's little harder, man. Like, sorry for that.
No issue, no issue. You can call me Nava.
Navjot Yodi, right? Navjot Yodi.
Navajyoti, Navajyoti, yeah.
Navjot Yodi. Yeah. I'll call you Naba. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 sure, sure.
Where you are working now? Currently?
Currently, I'm working in Optum.
Optum.
Yeah.
When you joined that Optum?
I joined in the end of September
End of
last
this
year.
September. Last. Okay. Okay. How it's going?
It's going good only, but we need to
Uh-huh.
do some work in Terraform. So I thought to advance myself in Terraform. That's why.
Okay.
Basically, we are working on the all the DevOps tools, but
Mm-hmm.
most of the cases we are automating our infrastructure by writing Terraform scripts only.
Okay.
I was in a very scratch level of experience at that time when I joined. So I thought, okay, to modify the things.
Mm-hmm. EC2 hyphen user.
Okay.
Okay. Now I'm logging as a root user. Sudo hyphen I. Okay. So from here, I'm start executing these commands. So the first thing one is this one. Copy and I paste it here. Okay. Make sure that you are executing this command properly. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Complete. Now I check the version of the Terraform which I have installed. Terraform -F1 version. Okay. So in some organization, they will be using a older version of the Terraform. So how to install this particular version is, so you need to go to this particular website here. The same website we have installed this Terraform, right? So here, go down. So you can get the change log here. Okay. So all other versions of Terraform, you can get it from the GitHub.
Okay.
So from that, you can install. Okay. So from here, you can install the required version. The latest one is 1.3.7. So if you want the earlier version, you can go and get it from the GitHub. Okay.
Okay,
So
sir.
now we have installed in the Linux. So this is how we install. Okay. In Linux also we can install in the binaries, but in some cases it will not work good. Okay. Yeah. So then we'll be seeing how to install in Windows. In the Windows, we need to download this binary file. Okay. First we need to download this binary file. Click download. It will get downloaded. Like as a zip, it will be downloaded. Then go to the downloads. Then click that one. Unzip. Extract all. Yes. Unzip. After extracting, you can able to find this terraform.exe application right
Yeah.
here. So copy this application. Go to your C drive over here. So create a folder called as Terraform. Okay. So new like Terra, like that also you can create a folder. Okay. Then copy paste it over here. That's all. Like this, you need to copy the Terraform binary file inside your C drive.
Okay.
Understood?
Yeah.
So I already having a folder like this Terraform. So inside that folder, I'm having my terraform.exe file
Mhm.
here itself. Okay.
Done.
Now, so let's me open my command prompt. In some case, it will not work. Like if I put Terraform version, the 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 version will come right. So, but in some cases, if I want to access some of the files present in my D folder, okay, D drive. If I'm having my configuration file, which is a code in the D drive, okay, Terraform will not be able to access those files. Why? Because Terraform will not have the access to work with the file which is present in the D. So we need to provide the access to Terraform. So how we will be doing that is we'll be setting up Terraform as an environment variable. So in start, search for environment variable. Okay. Then this page will come up. Click this path. So you need to close this prompt. Close. So you come to the start, click environment variable, type environment variable. This one will come. Click on that. Then you can able to see here environment variable right here.
Yeah.
Click on the environment variable and then user variable, system variable. Under the system variable, there will be a path. Edit the path. So here you need to add that particular path. See here Terraform, right? So I go inside. You need to add this path. You need to copy this path from here and you need to add the path in the command prompt. No, not in the command prompt here. So new, click and add. Okay.
So like that, I need to add for D column also, sir. So if I
Not
want
for the D column. If you are adding up Terraform here, so now Terraform will get the access for the D also. If some configuration file present in D, Terraform now can able to run those file also.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm giving the privilege. Understood?
Okay, sir. So we don't have any other option to give the entire, system access like C drive, E drive, everything.
So
So
now we have installed Terraform in C drive only. From the C
okay,
drive, it need to access the D drive files means. So we need to set up Terraform as an environment variable. Then only it can able to access.
so we need to manually set up for each drive. Suppose we are having
Sometimes it may automatically happen in some other cases, which will not happen. So in that case, we need to do like this.
okay.
Understood?
Yeah, okay, sir.
So it's not like it's like a troubleshooting activity.
Okay.
That we can say. Okay.
In
Yeah.
Linux, actually, we have to shift the downloaded file in bin folder or bin path, something like that, or it's not needed.
So it's not mandatory actually. So we can actually create a folder here, and inside the folder we can copy and use Terraform. We can start using Terraform. In the Linux, we need to do like that. In Linux we'll be doing. So in the user bin, we'll be saving our files. So okay. So you want to see the path in Linux.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So where is my server? So here, change directory, user, then library, local, then bin. Here you need to copy paste the Terraform. Like if you want the older version of Terraform, you need to download the binaries, and then by using webget command, download the Terraform here, and you need to unzip like tar-xb is a tab. So I will show you that how to do that also. Okay, so here Linux, Amazon Linux. After that, you can able to see this binary right here.
Yeah.
Click that. It will download it like a zip folder. So what I do is copy the link address. I go to my server here, duplicate, paste this link, download it. If I put ls-lrt, see a zipped folder is right there. Okay, tar-xv zf terraform.zip.
I think it will be unzip.
Unzip, yeah. Tar unzip.
No, only unzip, I think. So.
Unzip, yes, it's unzip. Sorry,
It's not a tar
unzip.
file.
Unzip. So unzip. See, an executable is there, right? Clear?
Yeah.
This is how we'll be installing Terraform via binary in Linux. So we need to copy the files in this particular path, user local bin. This is the path. Understood?
Okay.
Yeah, okay. So the tar xv setup is for tar files. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we have unzipped the zip file. So we are using command called as unzip. Okay. So usually, like in many cases, we are having the tar files. So in that case, like I have written the tar. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now we have done the installation both in Windows as well as in the Linux. Okay. So then we need to have VS Code editor. So have you heard about this VS Code editor?
Yeah.
Yes.
Visual Studio, right?
VS Code editor. You have heard? No. Okay. VS Code download. You need to download this VS Code editor. Nandini, are you fresher or like you are working for like?
Sir, I'm working on this, sir.
Okay, okay. So when you have completed this course, like have you done this AWS DevOps course?
Sir, no, sir. I already learned AWS course.
Okay,
So in addition to that, I just want to learn the DevOps tools.
okay. Currently, are you working right
Yes,
now?
sir. Currently, I'm working in Exusia, sir. Exusia, Pune-based company.
Okay, okay. How many years like you have been? Yeah,
The two and a half years, sir.
2.5 years. So as a fresher, you have joined that company.
No, no, sir. So as no, I before that I have worked in TCS. After that, I moved to Exusia, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So VS Code editor, like it's used for editing the code and the managing the code. Okay. So it helps us to maintain the code with a clear documentation as well as it is having a rich set of plugin. Okay. And then we can able to visualize the code in a better manner. So only we are using Visual Studio Codes. So here, so for download Windows, you need to click on this one. So it will be get downloaded. After that, so you go here, VS Code, Visual Studio Codes. So from Visual Studio Codes only, we will be working with the Terraform files.
Okay.
Okay. So for that, we need to install AWS CLI in Windows. So from my laptop only, we'll be working. Okay. So for that, from my own machine, which is a Windows one. Okay, this is a Windows one. I have installed Terraform for Windows, and then I need to install AWS CLI. Okay, these two installation I need to do, and the third one is VS Code editor. So we have completed Terraform installation. AWS CLI for Windows. Installing AWS CLI for Windows. Through command line only, we'll be installing this AWS CLI. Okay. So later I will tell you why we are installing this AWS CLI. Okay. So for Mac OS, not a Mac. So for Windows, we'll be installing. Come down. This is a command. Okay. This is the command, and this is used for checking the version. You can use any of these two commands. Okay. Either this or this one. Right. So command prompt. You simply go here, paste the command and install. That's all. Okay. So I have already installed AWS CLI. So if I check AWS -version, I can able to see AWS version. These installations, or otherwise we can say a prerequisite for working with Terraform. Okay, these are the prerequisites we need to do. Prerequisites.
Okay.
Prerequisites for working with Terraform. So first we need to install the Terraform, and we'll be setting up the Terraform as an environment variable, and then we will be installing AWS CLI. So using this CLI only, we'll be interacting with the AWS cloud. Okay, so we can create a cloud resources in two ways, right? So one in GUI and other one is a CLI, correct?
Yes.
So this is my machine. Okay, this is my laptop, or as I can say, this is the AWS cloud. AWS cloud. So how I am creating the resources in cloud? So from the browser, I will do the console login, correct? That is a GUI method, graphical user interface. There will be a buttons, launch instance, a button will be there. Behind the button, there will be some logic, correct? So while executing that button, automatically a API will be generated. That API will be creating the resource. If you are accessing the EC2 and you want to create an EC2, that will the from the GUI, it will be creating an API. So it will be created. This is one method. This is the usually you will do, right? Then there is another method, which is a CLI method. You can say command line interface, which is AWS CLI. Understood? Graphical user interface, we will be using AWS console. Clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
So both the things will be generating API. Okay. From the console, how you will be signing in, logging in, how we will be logging in as a what user? What kind of user will be logging in as? Usually
Administrator.
administrator or root, we can say. So
Yeah.
he is having the full authority. Okay, he is having the full authority for creating the resource in AWS. The same way in AWS CLI also we need to configure the user. Okay, so I'm configuring admin user. This is the authorization. So you can create any kind of resource here. Okay, so I'm configuring a user with only S3 access. So is this user can able to create EC2 in the cloud? Will it allow?
No.
No, it will not allow, right?
Yeah.
This is what we call as an authorization. So for that we need to do AWS configure. Nava, do you understand?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I have both Terraform and AWS CLI installed in my PC. Terraform ---- version. The both the things I'm having, right? AWS CLI, Terraform. Then the next thing is VS Code. Okay. Stop this. Okay. Open a folder. Hmm. Okay. First time when you're entering a VS Code, you will get this page. Okay. From here, you can start working with the Visual Studio codes. So you can write up any kind of code like a Python, YAML, like a Jenkins file, a Groovy script, we can say. Uh, Everything we can write over it here. Okay. So now what code we gonna write is Terraform code. Okay. So for that, click a new file. So you can give any name as you like for the file, but the extension should be like TF, Terraform file. Okay. So now I'm giving the same over here. So a new file is created. You can able to see this is the official symbol of Terraform. Okay. So how to get this symbol, and if I'm giving any keyword like resource is a keyword, right? So if I'm giving any resource, see it is auto filling everything over here. Like the 11 lines it has automatically edited. How this is happening? So
Whenever
what?
okay.
So
If we
for that,
install Terraform, it will automatically come also.
yeah. So for that, we need to install a plugin,
Okay.
Terraform plugin. Okay, same like we are having Ansible plugin, we are having a Python plugin, everything we are having here. So Terraform. See HashiCorp Terraform. This is a official version of plugin, but I have not installed the official plugin. Why? Because it has some bugs with it. So I have used a third-party plugin. So this has got 5 stars. Okay, so I have used this particular plugin. So now from on, I can start working with Terraform here. Then I'll be executing the code via this terminal, new terminal. I can open up this terminal, and from here I can start executing all the codes here. Okay. So this we will be seeing in the next classes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Today is like an introduction and like just a like warm-up class. Okay. And then we have seen the installation. So now Terraform basic commands. So what are all the commands present in Terraform? So we have a command called as init, validate, plan, apply, destroy. Nava, can you explain about these commands?
So init is like for
Uh-huh.
initializing the Terraform, and when we have a directory and we have some codes for creating resource. So in that we have to first initialize the Terraform, like it will download the needed plugins that is needed for the Terraform to create the infrastructure and also to read the TF files. So for that purpose, I think so I am just knowing the layman things only.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. Not the problem you have. We have to learn. So I'm just asking you, so what idea you're having over these commands? You can
by
say.
using this, I think we can do that.
Uh-huh.
And after writing the code, I think we can run FMT or validate, and so it will give the like this my syntax of the code is correct or not, or like the or like the whatever the things we have given in the code into all the TF files. So it will validate and it will give a success output or failed out or some.
Yeah. Then
And if we want
plan.
to do some dry run, then we can give the plan, like it will give us a plan. If we run the Terraform plan command, it will give a plan like what are the resources it going to create, or if it is going to do some change, and what kind of change it will do, then it will give a blueprint to us, like what is going
Yeah,
to.
correct.
And
Correct.
finally, we can, if the plan is okay, then we can have output also from there, and we can give the apply command for finally to create the infrastructure. And if you want to destroy the same in the
So
console,
once
then
after the creating, you can also destroy using the destroy command. Right. Hello? Yeah. Okay. So what Nava has said is like, yeah. So he's right. Yeah. So the init will be initiating the Terraform. Like in the Git, you are having Git init. So what it will do is like it will be creating a .git repository. Inside the repository, there will be a directories and files will be created. So which will be okay. So which will be having all the configurations. So which will be maintaining the branches. So which will be managing the different versions of the code. For these kind of activity, we'll be having the configuration file. Okay, those configuration file will be in the .git repository. Okay, same way the git, like Terraform init, what it will do is, so initially we'll be having our setting blocks. Inside our setting block, we'll be having the Terraform documentation version. So I'll show you here. So we'll be seeing those things in the next class. Okay. Yeah. So what we will do is, like, it will be initiating that particular provider plugin. It will be downloading the plugin, it will be downloading the plugin, and it will keep the log file for the documentation. Why? Because like we will be maintaining the same version of documentation across our organization, or for the particular project, we'll be maintaining the same version of documentation. So for that, it will be creating a log file, this init command. I will show you that log file. Okay, the next class. It downloads the providers. It will be providing a log file for our configuration. Okay, and then validate. Validate looks for the syntactical errors. Okay, it will be validating our code syntactically. And then internal consistent. Internal consistent means for creating a VPC setup, we'll be having VPC subnet internet gateway, right? So we'll be internally referencing the resources. One resource will be referencing the other resource. Like first we'll be creating the VPC, then we'll be creating the subnet. Inside the subnet, we need to pass the VPC value. VPC we need to pass. That internal consistency, it will be validating. Okay, and then the plan actually create the blueprint. So what actually Nava said is right, it will be creating the blueprint. So what is a blueprint? Simply it is a plan. Okay, if I'm providing a configuration for creating 100 servers, the plan will show the 100 servers configuration, a complete thing it will show. So these kind of things you're gonna create by this configuration. So all the plan it will show. Okay, and then the apply will create all the things which we have said in the configuration, and then destroy will destroy everything. Okay, Nandini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So then this is how Terraform work. Okay, so here practitioner is there, and then this is the code, and then he will do the plan activity and then apply. So simply I can draw a rough diagram over here. So how it works. This is my client machine, like a Kubernetes, or like in Ansible, we are having a client machine. Okay, so which is my PC here, personal laptop PC. In my laptop, what I will have is I will have the code, which is the Terraform code. We can also say manifest file, main.tf. We can say this one as a manifest. Okay, main.tf means Terraform file. In my PC, I have installed AWS CLI, correct? So here I'm in the code, I'm telling I want to create 4EC2. Simply 4EC2 I want to create. Now, first thing what I will do is I will do the init. Init. What init? Terraform init. This init command will be downloading the provider plugin. This is the provider plugin. So in my configuration itself, I will be writing up some setting blocks. Inside the setting blocks, I will be specifying the provider version here. So when I'm doing Terraform init, it will go on check the configuration. In the configuration, it will check for the provider plugin version, and then it first what it will do is it will download the provider plugin. Okay, this plugin is used for the interaction with the cloud. Okay, this guy will be generating a APIs. So in the cloud, what happens in the console? So I'm having this button launch instance. So if I'm pressing this launch instance means what is happening? A query is executing at the backend, right? And then some API is generated. So this page is giving me response. The same way, so based on my configuration, so this client machine is asking for EC2. Okay, the provider plugin will generate some API, and then this API will interact with the AWS cloud. Now, what the AWS cloud will say, do you have any authority for creating a resource? It will ask or not. It will ask, right? So the API is asking the AWS cloud to create for EC2. Okay. Now the AWS will ask for authority. So how we will be providing the authority? How to provide authority? What?
Providing roles.
Okay. So we need to provide a user. Okay. The user should have EC2 permission. Okay. EC2 permission. So only I have installed AWS in my client machine. AWS CLI in my client machine. So it will be using this particular user. So if I say Nava, Nava is a user and he is having the EC2 permission. Now this API will try to interact with the AWS cloud. Now the AWS cloud will ask, do you have authority? So this API will show the Nava. Okay, so now my cloud will check the Nava permission. So he is having the EC2 access. So allow Nava to create EC2. So how many EC2 will be created? 1 minute, 1 minute. Okay, yeah. So now the 4 EC2 will be created in my cloud. This is how the Terraform will be interacting with my cloud. So it will be downloading the provider plugin. From the plugin, based on the configuration, APIs will be generated. This API will be interacting with the cloud and creating the resource. Clear?
Yeah, yes, sir.
For you,
I have
Nava?
one small doubt here.
Yeah, Nava.
So like the provider plugin will be different for different clouds, right?
Yeah.
But the when you write the code, right? So the resource blocks and everything will be same, or that will also change a little bit if we have some Azure cloud or GCP cloud like that.
So if you are having Azure cloud, GCP cloud, you will be having the settings box, separate setting block for AWS cloud, separate setting block for Azure cloud.
So in the registry.
Yeah, the separate registry you will be adding up in the settings block.
Based on that provider that we are selecting in the registry, it will navigate me to that particular blocks. I mean that resource blocks.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. So in the next class, we'll be seeing about how to work with the setting block. Okay. Like in the 5th class, I say, like we'll be having the multiple providers inside one setting block. Like we'll be using the null provider, time provider, those kind of provider we'll be having in our configuration, not only AWS provider. Okay. We'll be seeing about the provider in the next class. And we also work with some configuration files in Terraform. Okay. Clear? So these are the agenda for the next class. So I'll be giving my number here. So if you're having any doubt, you can ask me. Okay. So stop the recording. Stop recording.